Namaste. Good morning. A very warm welcome to all the dear students of class 8. It's me, Sabina Shrestha. As usual, your science facilitator. Today, we are here to start new topics related to measurement. Before we start, let's have some recap of the topics that we did in previous class. Let's have a recap of the lessons through slide view. In previous class, we learned about different systems of unit. They are FPS system. Under FPS system, we learned like length is measured in foot, mass in pound, time in second. Similarly, we learned about the Cesius system, another system of measurement. And here, length is measured in centimeter, mass in gram, time in second. Similarly, we also learnt about MKS system, length in meter, mass in kilogram, and time in second. And similarly, the International Unit of Measurement, SI system, also we learnt about it in previous class. And the fundamental quantities, their units were also learnt. And then after we learned what is measurement, how do we measure? We also tried measuring the length. And what is 1 meter length was also recalled, was also learnt. Right now we are revising. And similarly, what is the SI unit of length? It's of course the SI unit of length is meter, and its submultiples and multiples were length, multiples and submultiples, like the submultiples millimeters, centimeters, decimeters and all, and the SI unit is meter, and the multiples of meter that we learned as decameter, hectometer, kilometers and all. Then after various devices used for measuring length, and yes, we started the measurement of mass. I think you all remember the amount of matter contained in our body that we learned. It's called mass. Yes, and also it depends upon the number of atoms present in the body, present in the material, and like also it's measured by beam balance. Yeah, the instrument used for measuring mass. You please keep this noted because today we are going to learn about weight. You might have got confused like mass and weight. Of course, they are different from each other. Their differences we are going to study today. That's why we are recalling from mass also. You can just have a view. Its SI unit is kilogram, and also you please remember like the mass of a body. It remains constant in all the places, wherever we go. Last time also we said you are on the earth in each and every corner, whichever corner of the earth you go, whether you are in the equatorial region or you are in the polar region, wherever you go, the mass remains constant. Okay, and like it doesn't vary. And even like if you go to other planets, yes, maybe to Mars, maybe to Moon, and you measure your mass, it's constant, it does not vary. And one more point I would like to add, mass can never be zero as well. After all, it's made up of atoms, and of course the tiniest atom, the smallest particle of an element or the object, that also consists of some mass. Yeah, so mass can never be zero, and also it's constant. These are some of the instruments used for measuring mass. You can just see the beam balance and the mass units used here. One standard kilogram also we learned. What is it? Yeah, the definition is here. You can just recall it, and the relation between different units of mass. Different units of mass we learned. Slightly from here, I would like to revise, start, and then after we move to weight. So, first of all, I'd like to start the relation. So, we have the relation between the units, different units of mass. We've written like 1000 milligram is equals to 1 gram. Yes, now conversion. These conversions might be important while solving the numerical problems. Yes, because like sometimes you might be given the mass in gram or kilogram or milligram, but standard unit we follow, that is kilogram. Yes, we follow standard unit according to the questions asked. Yes, so you must be able to convert if they are given in different units. Like for example, in one content the question mass is given in milligram, and you know if it's given in gram, and you have to make it the same, then we should learn its conversion. Okay, so like before, we remember we did conversion of length as well. Similar is the case with mass. To convert milligram into gram, yes, these are the smaller units. This is the smaller one, this is the bigger unit. So always to convert from smaller to bigger, we have to divide by the similar relation. How much is it? So if you divide it by 1000, it's converted into gram. Similarly, if you have to change from gram to milligram, you have to multiply it by 1000. And if it's multiplied by 1000, then gram is changed into milligram. We have, okay, then after, like, similar is the case. Like if it's 1000 gram, then it's equals to 1 kg. Like if you have to convert here also, if you have to convert from gram to kilogram, let me write once again. If you have to convert from gram to kilogram, then you remember smaller unit, this is bigger one. So smaller to bigger, we should always divide by the same relation, this one. 1000 gram is equals to 1 kg. Similarly, you have to change from kilogram to gram, then you should multiply by 1000. Similarly, we do have other relations also. Just before I showed 100 kg is equals to 1 quintal. Here also the same. Yeah, convert this into this, divide by 100, convert quintal into kg, multiply by 100. Suppose if it's 7 quintal and you have to convert it into kilogram, then what do we do is 7, so quintal into kilogram, quintal into kilogram, you should multiply by 100. So into 100 when we do, it's now converted into kg. So 7 quintals is equals to 700 kilogram. Or if you have to change from kilogram to quintal, that can also be done in the similar way. This we revised so that we can use it while doing different numerical problems. Okay, that's all about mass. Now our next topic for today is weight. Today we are going to learn, compare the differences between mass and weight actually. But before we start to weight the topic, I'd like to explain few things related to it. Few things. First of all, few terms I'd like to let you know. Of course, about this you'll be studying more in detail in further classes. In class 9, you'll be studying much more in detail about these topics. But slight introduction I would like to give you so that we can connect it to the topic weight. So gravitation. The word gravitation. It's the force of attraction between any two bodies in the universe. Yes, the force of attraction between any two bodies in the universe, we call it as gravitation. Like the force of attraction between maybe sun and different planets, or between planets to planets, or planets to the satellites. That force of attraction is gravitation. And then we connect it with gravity. Gravity means, see, it's a special case of gravitation. Now among those two objects, I've already said gravitation means force of attraction between any two bodies. Yes, two bodies. Now among those two bodies, if any one of the bodies is Earth, yes, then we connect or say this gravitation term, we can connect here as gravity. Yes, if any one of the bodies among those two attracting body is Earth, then we say it's gravity. Now, gravity. So let's get connected here. When we throw some objects high up in the sky, like this, when we throw, why it always falls downward? Yes, when we throw something up, when we throw something, it always falls downward. We fall downward. Yes, like you can see the rainwater, rainfall, snowfall, or the fruits after they ripen, they fall downward, or whatever things. All the things, like when they have to fall, it falls downward. Now, why it happens then? See, why it happens? Of course, a force of attraction is there at the center of the Earth. And that force is trying to pull all the objects towards its center. Okay, the Earth is trying to pull all the objects towards its center. And that attracting force, that force is called gravity. Okay, the force is pulling all the things towards its center. That's why we are able to stand. Yes, like the Earth might pull the things lying on its surface or far from it. It's all trying to pull the things. That is called we also call that as then gravitational pull or gravity. So when we connect these two words, Okay, now I think little bit we can move to weight. It's simply the terms that we must know before we move on to the term weight. Now, we all know about Earth. Yes, we all know about Earth. Okay, before we move on to Earth, one more term I would like to add upon here, acceleration. In class 7, you might have already studied about acceleration. Yes, you might have already studied about acceleration. In class 7, you might have learned like the rate of change of velocity. Yes, when the velocity changes. Change actually can be increase or decrease, but acceleration is the rate of increase of velocity when a body falls down. Like a body is here, if this marker falls down, then see it's moving with some velocity. Right now it's in rest. Yes, when it falls down, the Earth's gravity is pulling it down and its velocity is increasing. That increase in velocity per second, per unit time, that is called acceleration, and that's being pulled by Earth, so we call it as acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. It means the acceleration produced in a falling object. When the object falls down, it's falling down with certain acceleration, with certain increasing velocity in certain time. So that is termed as acceleration due to gravity. We denote it by small letter z, and its SI unit, if we talk about its SI unit is, I think you all know, yeah, the rate of increase of velocity. Acceleration's SI unit is meter per second square. This is the SI unit. Now, one more thing. Actually, we are moving towards weight. Yes, weight. So, let me simply first of all give a simple definition of weight. Then I will connect here back again. Like weight. Weight, now what is it is? Weight is the force of gravity. Okay, this force of gravity acting upon a body. The force of gravity acting on a body, that is called its weight. So this is weight. See, this is actually, we can denote it by capital W, or we can also denote it by F. It's the force of gravity which is acting upon a body. Okay, and when we talk about it now, weight. Here, weight is the mass of a body, M. We denote it by small m, mass of the body times acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. And we denote it by small z. Yeah, weight is equals to m into z, mass of the body into acceleration due to gravity. Now, I have just said simple definition. Let me once again move back to acceleration due to gravity so that you would know the acceleration due to gravity changes from place to place, or objects to objects, planets to planets, or satellites. It's different in different bodies. Acceleration due to gravity is different in different bodies. But as I've already said, mass always remains constant. It does not change. It's constant. But this is variable. It varies from place to place. Now about this varying acceleration due to gravity, let's talk a little bit in case of our planet Earth. Yeah, Earth, we all know, it's not exactly circular, it's spherical, like it is flattened on top, on the poles, yeah, and it's bulged out. It's bulged out at the sides. So naturally, its equator is more, yes, simply to draw, I will just draw it out in short, in simple way, like it's flattened on, it's flattened here. Yes, it's flattened on top or poles, yeah, and the equator, see, it's bulged out. It's bulged out at the equatorial side. Now, you can just check, see, naturally this equatorial diameter or the equatorial radius is more, yeah, and this is shorter. You can just check, it is shorter. Yes, if the polar diameter is shorter, than that of equatorial diameter. If it's shorter, then we can easily say that the radius is also shorter. Now why I'm saying this is, we're going to learn a little bit about the difference in acceleration due to gravity. You just please keep in mind, like if mass is more is the mass, more is the gravity. Okay, and less is the mass, less is the gravity being produced here. And like the radius, in case with the radius, it has inverse relation. The gravity, acceleration due to gravity, it has inverse relation with the square of radius. Just let me just represent in short. Gravity is inversely proportional to radius, square of radius. So here we can just check, more is the radius, less is the gravity value here. Acceleration due to gravity's value here. And shorter is the one, more is the value here. Okay? So from this, see, we come, like what we have is, it's 9.78 meter per second square. The acceleration due to gravity in equator is 9.78 meter per second square, and in the poles it's 9.83 meter per second square. That's why the average of these two, we take the value of acceleration due to gravity always as 9.8 meter per second square. This is the value of acceleration due to gravity of Earth. Okay, 9.8 meter per second square is the value of acceleration due to gravity of Earth. Similarly, with different planets, it varies. You can just check the largest planet, Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter, it has more mass, of course, more mass than, see, we can just check like its acceleration due to gravity is being more. Of course, it's going to be more. So we can just note down few here. The acceleration due to gravity, this is of Earth. You can just check, this is of Earth. Yes. Similarly, acceleration due to gravity, that of Jupiter. If you think, how much is it? It's 25 meter per second square. Acceleration due to gravity in Jupiter. Yeah, it's more because it has more mass as well. And then after, if we talk about the acceleration due to gravity in Moon, let's think. Its Moon is of course smaller in size, less mass. So its gravity here it is 1.66 meter per second square. Now some interesting facts like Earth and Moon. Moon is the natural satellite of the Earth. Now if you find your mass over here in Moon, you are 100 kg, then of course you are going to be 100 kg in Moon also. But if you measure your weight, it's going to be different. That calculation we will do right now here. Yeah, it's going to be different because see, the gravity is different. Yeah, the value of gravity is different here. Like more example, if we say, like if a person, here we can see it's around 6 times lesser. Acceleration due to gravity is 6 times lesser in Moon than in Earth. Yeah, like if you can lift, like for example here, a person can lift up 100 kg mass here. Yeah, 100 kg mass here. Then in Moon, see, he can lift around 600 kg mass easily because the force, the attracting force which is making the object heavier is lesser in Moon. It's 6 times lesser. Yeah, you can lift up 100 kg mass here, for example, just for example. Yeah, then it's 6 times more. 600 kg mass you can easily lift up there. Yeah, it's lighter there because gravity is less. The pulling force is less over there. If you can jump 1 meter high up here, when you jump up, you suppose you jumped 1 meter high, then in Moon you can jump 6 times more because you are being pulled slowly, lesser. Yeah, so some interesting facts. Then after here we can say like what's about, okay, this one is here. Then few ones, like similarly it's different in Mars, similarly different in other planets. Okay, it's different. Now, if we learn about this, now let's go to weight. Now let's go to weight. What is now actually is weight? Let's have a slide view. Weight. Okay. The weight of a body is you can just check the slides. What is weight now? Let's move on to it. The weight of a body is the force with which it is attracted. It is pulled towards the center of the earth. This is the simple definition of weight. And like to measure weight, just like to measure mass, we use beam balance. Yes. Now to measure weight, we use a type of instrument called spring balance. Okay. This is the spring balance. See. Using this spring balance, we measure the weight of an object. That's why, see, there's a spring and we have to lift up the things against gravity to measure the weight. Yes? So, how do we measure? Like I have few small weights here. I will just show. It's already fixed here. It's of 200 gram here. It's of 200 gram. Now, if I just keep it here like this, I will try to lift up against gravity and see when this material is kept here, it will pull the spring downward. And here you can check in the scale. It's right now it's exactly straight in 200 gram. 200 gram. And next side you can see the one given in Newton. 200 gram is its mass, yes? And its weight is 2 Newton. I can easily see here, hope you're also trying, 2 Newton. Now if I go on adding one more, it's 200. I'm going to add 200 weight, one more here. And while measuring it, see, it's now altogether 400. Yes, 400 gram. 200 gram and 200 gram. It's 400 grams. See, it's pulled more downward. See, the gravitational force is pulling it downward. So we are lifting, we are finding its weight. Yes, here we can see it's now 4 Newton or here 400 grams. How it's here, we are going to solve numerically as well. So this is a spring balance which is used to measure the weight of a body. And more we can see, we have already said like mass is measured in kilogram. The SI unit of mass is kilogram and SI unit of weight we always measure in Newton. Okay, weight we measure in Newton. And the value of weight, it varies from place to place. It's never same everywhere. It always varies and its value, like we said, mass can be zero, mass can never be zero. But weight, it can be zero, it can be like different in different places of the earth or even in like different planets. So, the main formula to calculate weight is mass into acceleration due to gravity. So, we can solve few ones here. Weight is equals to, we denote it by W and its mass m denoted by small m into acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. Z. Acceleration due to gravity. Okay, I think, let me write here. Z. Yeah. So, what is here then? W is equals to m into z. Now, what you have to understand is mass always remains same everywhere, and as this acceleration due to gravity varies from place to place, the value of weight also differs from place to place. This you have to keep in mind. Yeah. So, we have more like if you want to calculate, suppose we want to find our weight, like you are 50 kg, okay? You are 50 kg, your mass is 50 kg. So what is your weight? Then it's 9.8, as I've already said, on Earth. It's 9.8 meter per second square. Now if I have to multiply it, 50 into 9.8, then I get 490 Newton. Your weight is 490 Newton. This is how we calculate weight. Yes? And now, if you have to calculate your weight in moon, just before I said, see, this is suppose your weight on Earth. Yeah? We calculate it on Earth, for example. Now, what would be your weight if you are measuring it in Moon? It would be, suppose, I'll just write W, your W in Moon, M into Z. So your mass, it remains same everywhere because it is the amount of material contained in a body. And M is 50 kg and this G, see the value of G. Just before, if you remember, I said what is the acceleration due to gravity? Value of gravity over there in Moon. It's 1.66. Yes, 1.66 meter per second square. Here it's, if you write kg here, then 50 into 1.66. It's 83 Newton. See, your weight would be different over there. Yes, your weight would be different. So this is related to weight. Now let's have some comparison between differences between mass and weight. What differences are there in between mass and weight? Here, let's have the slide view. Here, as I've already said, these instruments are used for measuring the weight. Now, the differences between mass and weight. Now here, you can just check around mass. The mass of a body is the quantity of matter contained in a body. And weight is the force with which it is attracted towards the center of the earth. Weight is the force of attraction. Yes. Then the SI unit of mass is kilogram. We can see SI unit of mass is kilogram and SI unit of weight is Newton. And I've already said the mass of a body, it remains constant. It's fixed. It doesn't vary. You measure wherever you measure the mass, it's same. Yeah. But it varies from place to place. Yeah, the weight varies from place to place. And another point we have already discussed, it's measured by using beam balance, and weight is measured by using spring balance. Now I have few numericals over here. Few I will solve on my own. These numericals you can just check out. You can practice these numericals in your free time so that you can have the practice of weight. Yeah, calculation of weight. So number 1, calculate the weight of a body of mass 1 kg. Yes, question number 1. Calculate the weight of a body. So what you have to calculate? First of all, I think you all know the pattern of solving numericals. Yes, you have to write the given things very clearly along with the denotation, symbol, and then after the calculation, formula you have to write properly, calculation, and finally you have to write the complete answer. So calculate the weight of a body. Weight W is equals to what? Then next we have, like if it's mass is 1 kg. Now we know that, though it's said, though it's not said, it's universally the acceleration due to gravity. Its value is acceleration due to gravity. Its value, its symbol is G. We all must write it. The denotation must be written, and its value G is 9.8 meter per second square. So we know that W, yes, we can write completely as well. W is equals to M into G. Weight is equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. Mass here we have 1 kg and acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. So it's 9.8 Newton. Therefore, the question, the weight of a body of mass 1 kg. Here you have to write all completely. The weight of a body of mass 1 kg is 9.8 Newton. Yes, to round off like 9.8 we can write as 10. But generally we use 9.8, and for making our calculations also easier, instead of 9.8 we are found using 10 meter per second square as well. But the universally used ones, it's 9.8. Now another topic we have is related to measurement of time. Yeah, that measurement of time, you can just have a little preparation related to it. About measurement of time we'll be doing in our next class. So please save these questions. You can have click of the questions, or you can write, and these questions you can solve on your own, and you can just show to your concerned teachers. Yeah, otherwise you can just find it out, find the solution, solve it, have practice. That's all for today. In next class we'll be learning about measurement of time. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.